Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit Acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. From gourmet snacks to unique finds, each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It is the Cam Show. powered by Rogue Media Sports Network. Cam Stewart here with you every weekday, high noon Eastern time, 11 a.m. Central, and then wherever you get your podcasts. Zach Burke keeping us on the air. We've got a full show today. We're going to have Pete Souza in the second segment. We're talking, we kind of got off on a tangent yesterday. We're going to finish that tangent today. I want to talk some Patriots. Of course, we'll be talking Super Bowl and how it relates to Boston somehow. Zach, I want to bring you in here because I, like a lot of the country, am rooting for a meteor to hit this Super Bowl. And Pete, our pal Pete, just can't understand why. Just can't understand why I wouldn't want to root for the Chiefs or the Eagles. But I was thinking yesterday, like, do you remember when the Bengals played the Rams?
Like, just in general, or like
in the Super Bowl a couple years ago?
The Bengals. Oh, yes. I do remember that. Burrow and Stafford. Yes.
Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah. See, I forgot about it.
I don't really remember much about the game, but I was just like, I don't care who wins.
That's the one the Rams won, right?
Yeah, they did.
They did. Plays only. Yeah.
Yep. Big fourth down stop at the end of it. Yep. I think Samaje Perine threw a touchdown in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Maybe I do remember more than I thought. But vibes were off the charts. I didn't care who won the game.
Yeah.
Which is the only time in the last 10 years that's happened to me.
I remember watching a Packers Broncos Super Bowl in my youth where I didn't really care who won out of that one.
Yeah, Zach, that was 25 years ago.
Wow. Okay. Thanks.
That was like the year I was born.
You're accurate, but still, thaninks.
That was so long ago.
Pete is is chomping at the bit for the next segment.
Oh, Pete can't wait, I'm sure. I missed that, bro.
Have Pete on.
Yo,
too.
Cam, here's a teaser. I watched the first quarter of Super Bowl 20 last night, and the Patriots had so many opportunities. That's all I'll say.
They had the lead, yeah.
Well, I'll take you inside the game next segment.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I miss those stress-free Super Bowls. Like, at the end of the day, am I going to lose sleep over who wins the Super Bowl? No, not really. But I just
Is the last one you've had that was stress-free? You're saying that Rams Bengals one?
Yeah. That was the last one where I didn't care who won the game.
Hold on.
That was I wanted the Bengals to win, but that was the last one because everything Chiefs since then, I don't want the Chiefs to win. I don't hate them, despise them, but I don't want them to win.
Fair enough. So yeah, it's been Chiefs, and then
last year I was rooting for the 49ers.
But what about? Oh wow. The only, I guess, the one before that where you didn't have a rooting interest was Denver and Carolina, right?
Yeah, but see, I didn't want Peyton Manning to win.
Okay, so then we have to.
I wanted Peyton to continue to be a huge choker.
So then you would care. Okay, then it's Baltimore and San Francisco from back in 2013.
Was really the last one. I was rooting against Baltimore, but I didn't really care.
Here is what I remember about that Super Bowl: is that the radio station was there at the time, like we did. And Terrell Suggs hit on my co-host's hit on Q's mom there. That's
very
cool. About that Super Bowl. Terrell, it just fit. That seems like a Terrell Suggs.
Very cool.
So
we should get Q on next week, preview the Super Bowl, and tell that story.
Yeah. I think he might have. Well, no, I'll save that one for that's between us, bro.
Okay. All right.
It's not that scandalous. I don't want to sound like that, but still I don't want to give away his business. So.
All right, Zach. So I kind of asked you this last week, but I want to get more in depth into this.
Okay.
Because I'm now seeing people on Twitter. This is kind of a movement on Twitter. Maybe not the majority, but kind of a movement of people saying, I hate this Chiefs thing more than I hated the Patriots thing. This dynasty. I want this to die more than I wanted the Patriots one to die. Okay. In fact, Dean Straka, who I do follow because he does a lot of college football stuff up in the Metroplex, was apologizing to Patriots fans for how America treated them because this Chiefs thing is much worse. I have a bias. So what say you, Zach? What is more annoying? And just because you're my producer, you can say anything you want. What was more annoying, the Patriots' prolonged run or what the Chiefs are doing right now?
They're both very annoying.
Sure.
The one that I think it's boring to have somebody win three championships in a row. Now, that's not on the Chiefs' fault if they're able to get there every time. Like, obviously, they're a good team. They deserve to be there. But there's just nothing. It just lacks any kind of, I don't know, excitement to me in a way. Because after a while, the story stops becoming how dominant they were. And then even if it happens or not, it's everything else that goes into it of what kind of makes it. The thing with the Patriots window is it lasted a lot longer. So, or at least, right. I mean, this Chiefs.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was one of those of where it was like, even in years where you thought you'd finally be over it, like we'd have a Denver-Seattle Super Bowl. All right. We don't have to worry about the Patriots anymore. Next year they're back in it again. Like, come on. Like, so I think they're both siblings that you don't necessarily care for. One of them is the one that just like slowly just eats at you and gnaws away at you that you can kind of deal with a little bit more. And the other one is very brash and in your face, which annoys me more. And that's the Chiefs. So I think right now, and it could just be because it's currently going on, I have less like it. I don't care as much for the three-peat. I really don't. Like, I'm rooting for the Eagles just because I don't care for it. So to me, it's more annoying.
Like, Zach is saying Chiefs more annoying. Zach has said it. Zach has put it here first. Look, I didn't sway him in any direction because I understand how the Patriots and their fans could have been perceived as annoying. I fully understand.
No. Don't say perceived. Like it was. You guys were.
And it was one of the great times of my life was being in college in another state when the Patriots were still doing this thing. Like they went to 3 Super Bowls when I was in college. They won 2 of them. Like stuffing that in everyone's face. Not just like going up to people and being like, hey, huh? But when people would see my stuff and they would start to chirp, man, it was on. And it was so easy. It was so easy, man. Because it's not like I was in college in New Jersey. I was in college in Texas. So like this was national. Like everyone hated them. And I have seen some of the arguments going kind of back and forth on social media of people saying, well, the Patriots were caught cheating twice. So that's why it was a bigger deal. Which I will correct them. I mean,
the whole
Deflategate
thing to me is still just, again, they corrected the footballs and they blew them out even more in the second half.
The Deflategate thing never made any sense anyone, but that had so much. That was what was so amazing about it, was it had so much legs because the Patriots were so hated. It had legs around owners around the league because they hated the team.
Is it similar? Is it similar in a sense then of the argument of how the Chiefs get all the calls right now?
In a way, yeah. And I was gonna say, like, the Chiefs don't have any cheating scandals yet. Okay, the Patriots won 3 Super Bowls before any of this ever came up. Like Spygate didn't come until 2007. All right, so maybe there is something around the corner for the Chiefs. Like that, something is going to be there. It happens with all great teams, every single one. There's some sort of accusations, whether you think they're credible or not. But yeah, sorry, what did you say in there?
Oh, I was just saying you were talking about we had talked about the cheating scandals, and if the Chiefs and the whole how they get all the calls from the ref is just kind of sometimes some of it like that's the thing. Watching that Texans game, I could find plays and be like, I can complain about that, but that's not the reason they won. Like, so I think that sometimes things are put into it more, just like with the Patriots at the time, more was given into it just because you're so ready for this dynasty or whatever to be done that you're grasping at, like, oh, well, they're a bunch of cheaters. That's why they're doing this. Oh, they're getting all the calls. That's why they're doing this.
And I will say this as well to compare it to the Patriots dynasty, because I think that's a fair thing to compare it to at this point. The Patriots, I don't want to say got all the calls, but definitely had some things go their way, right? Like, so the Tuck rule, that was the rule. That was the correct call, but it's a rule that no longer exists, and it's one where, like, clearly he was tucking the ball back into his body. So that's a beneficial thing. It's not like they got, that the Raiders got cheated the way they thought they did. That's a beneficial thing, right? And they had the ball at the end of Super Bowl 36, and they had the ball at the end of Super Bowl 38, and John Casey kicked it out of bounds. And, like, there were some things that break in their direction, no doubt. And then there was a lot of stuff that didn't down the line. Chiefs fans, like, be prepared. Like, this comes at some point. Super Bowl 42. Asante Samuel has the game-sealing pick go right through his hands. 4th down. Eli Manning is basically sacked, and a guy catches the football on his friggin' helmet. Okay? And then Super Bowl 46, right? Mario Manningham somehow keeping those feet in bounds. Like, those bounces eventually, they go against you at some point. Like, this all kind of evens out. The Patriots got hosed like 3 times in that Eagles Super Bowl. That was awful. So sometimes the calls don't go your way, and that will happen at some point. That's why we just have to wait and see on this Chiefs thing, right? Like, the Chiefs are friggin' great, and this will probably be remembered as one of the 2 or 3 great dynasties in the history of the league, especially if they three-peat. But right now, 3 out of 4, there's only 3 teams that have done that. So, like, that's a pretty impressive thing already. But they start to break the other way, man. And what was annoying, to go back to your original point, what was annoying about the Patriots is they withstood that, and they had another dynasty. They had another run. They had a different team go 3 out of 5. So it's a prolonged thing.
Your parents, and you thought the kids moved out and you were done with them, and then they just showed back up at your doorstep for another couple Super Bowl titles
and made it a frat house. Yes. Like, so I don't know, man. The Chiefs thing I'll give this big distinct advantage or kind of difference, I guess. Honestly, the biggest difference to me in terms of like the public perception is Taylor Swift. Because the Patriots, while annoying in terms of how much they won, they had no personality. They were all insulated. Brady was dating Giselle, but that wasn't on the tabloids every week. She wasn't being shown at every turn, at every game, even when she was living in friggin' Foxborough. But Taylor Swift is there, and the camera's on her all the time, and people are kind of sick of it. Like, they're kind of sick of seeing Taylor Swift everywhere. They're probably kind of sick of seeing Travis Kelce and his brother everywhere. And that's just not something you had with the Patriots outside of course, Brady was very popular, but it's not like he was having his own podcast. He wasn't in your face.
But in just that I hate always feeling like I need to play devil's advocate.
Do it. That's what I'm the Patriots fan. Bring it.
But because is it also able to argue though? Not necessarily that's, but the Kelce's are more likable than anybody probably on that Patriots staff was. At least not to say we just didn't know
right, because we didn't know. Yeah, we didn't know them. We didn't hear.
So they seem more approachable. They seem like, oh, those are guys that I could have fun with too. Yeah. So like. I the appeal's there. And then also they have it to where what you have with the Chiefs that you didn't have with the Patriots, and you touched on it too, is the fan base for the Chiefs goes beyond just football fans as well, though. In an odd way. It's going to be people who, when they watch just to watch, because somebody else in their family watches, their husband watches, their boyfriends watch, their girlfriends watch, whoever it is, and they don't have any rooting interest. Well, Taylor Swift, that's kind of cool. They have, I'm not saying like that, but I'm just saying like the Chiefs, they made a freaking Hallmark movie about them.
I know there will be, that's a good point. I know there will be probably mostly females, I'm assuming this, on my Instagram who are posting their stories about the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. And I'm going to be like, you're not a fan. Like, and me. That we don't need to rehash this. That bugs the crap out of me. In fact, I know there's one right now who I follow on Instagram, a friend from college who is a Cowboys fan, quote unquote, and is posting about the Chiefs, like literally because of Taylor Swift, because she loves Taylor Swift. And I'm like, that would bug the shit out of me. Like, it does. And there's no like inverse comparison, right? There's no like, I don't know, someone from my team is dating Sabrina Carpenter, so I post about Sabrina Carpenter and the Taylor Swift fans get mad because it's not a competition, right? Football is. And that I know that pissed people off with Patriots fans. And honestly, it kind of pissed real like Bostonians, New Englanders off too, that there's just these Patriots fans. Oh, because I just like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we're born into this shit, you know? And so when I would go out of state and was out of state for college, like when I saw people in Patriots gear, after like a couple weeks, I stopped asking them if they were from Boston because most of them were not. Red Sox too. But that I'd be like, okay, he's wearing a Bruins shirt. That guy's from Boston. You know what I mean?
Right? Well, especially here, if you see a Bruins shirt, it has to be.
Yes. And so I know for a fact it's that way with the Chiefs. I know it. Yeah. I've run into people. I see it all the time. I mean, the top fan bases for the Chiefs are in Kansas City and Lubbock, Texas. Okay? Like I know there are people who just like Mahomes, and I resent that kind of fandom entirely, whether it's Mahomes or LeBron or Brady. I hate that. Like, I hate that.
That's the star. But
yeah, again, I just hate being a fan of a team for a player.
But the thing the Chiefs have then, though, that the Patriots didn't have is just the non-football fan then too.
Yes,
that's where it's not. And so, like, that's why, and I mean, that's massive for the Chiefs on a level, because when they get to like a situation like this, like everybody's going to tune in and have somebody to root for and watch, and it's going to be a lot of bandwagon fans. But then you have a franchise that now is always going to be in conversation no matter what. It helps, obviously, that they're good and one of the best in football. But even if they weren't, even if somehow they, lost to the Bills, people are still going to be talking about them. So that adds to it as well.
And another thing, from purely a Patriots fan standpoint, what will sometimes grind my gears is something happens around the Chiefs. And I would think, like, 10 years ago, if that was the Patriots, that would be the biggest story in America. Okay. Like Andy Reid's son drunk driving from the facility the week of the Super Bowl and making a little girl a vegetable. Like that would be, there would be all these think pieces about how Belichick should resign if it was his son, and that he should never work in football again, and that the Patriots shouldn't be allowed to play in the Super Bowl. Like it would be they made the biggest story in America about footballs being deflated from the cold weather, and made it a conspiracy theory. And with the Chiefs, it's just like, oh, Travis Kelce and Taylor. Oh, my God. Oh, look at Patrick Mahomes. Perfect little family. Andy Reid's fat. It's just like it's this fucking clown show. And I shouldn't get bugged by it. But, of course, some of us do. And there's, I guess, a jealousy in that. I'm jealous that they continue to win and the Patriots have not won anymore, do not win anymore. But I don't know. I can definitely see why some people not tied in with the Patriots at all are sick of this Chiefs thing, but I also can't exactly put myself in the shoes of what it was like to be a Patriots hater all those years. I think I have a good understanding because I got to gloat every time, so I know how much it rubbed people the wrong way, but never quite in that sphere.
I have to root for the Giants because of that.
Yeah. Doesn't that suck?
Yeah, like that's the thing, is part of me just will never be able to forgive the Patriots for making me have to root for the Giants.
And what, you almost got the Packers. I think they beat the Packers in the NFC Championship in 2007. In fact, I know they did, which America can get behind the Packers. Outside of this city I'm in right now, everyone can get behind the Packers.
That's true.
And then they beat San Francisco the second time.
Yeah.
Which definitely America would have got behind.
Yeah.
Especially because that would have been Brady's fourth, which would have tied Montana. Just saying. And yeah, I mean, we talked about this yesterday, but I just don't, like, because of that thing we talked about earlier with kind of the luck and how things bounce against you. Like, we can't just say, oh, well, Pat's already won 3. He's going to win 7. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's just such a reach. And again, like, Brady did not have a Travis Kelce.
No,
that first go around. He had Gronk the second go around. So I'm not saying he didn't have anything, but like it's tough in this salary cap era to keep that thing going. And Kelce's going to retire after this game. I mean, this is going to be his last NFL game. And that's just a tough thing to overcome. And that's what made the Patriots so great. Was they continued to do it.
Think he'll propose too?
I heard that in the script. Have you seen that in the script? The script says they're going to win. He's going to propose to Taylor on the field and then retire.
Yep.
Honestly, dude, that wouldn't stun me in the least bit.
You can't, I mean, that's talk about going out into the sunset, man. Like winning a Super Bowl, retiring on top, and then getting ready to marry the most famous star in the entire world.
Travis Kelce, I don't have anything against him, really. I don't. And he does seem like a pretty likable guy. I would say close to down to earth, but here's my point is like, he wants to be that folksy everyman because that's the way he grew up. But you don't just make like a public plea to start going out with Taylor Swift and be the everyman. You know what I mean? And like, this is absolutely something he would do. Like, yeah, I'm just your normal everyday guy from wherever, Ohio. And I just, I date the most famous person on the planet and then propose to her after I win my third straight Super Bowl.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Cam? We all have that opportunity, don't we?
Yeah. It comes to us all. At this point, you just can't be like, it's okay. You can't be the folksy guy anymore.
No,
you can be the second greatest player ever to play your position. You can have 4 Super Bowl rings and be engaged soon to the most famous person on the planet, but you can't be like PBR LL Bean Midwest guy anymore. You just can't. I'm sorry. You can't have both.
At the bar and have a couple beers with us.
You can't be both. If you want to get back to the everyman, you've got to like defraud a government or something. You get because Brett Favre can still be an everyman. You know what I mean? Every man pisses away their opportunity to win a couple more Super Bowls like Brett Favre did, and then just steal money from those less fortunate. That's every man. Okay. You can say what you want about Brett Favre. I wouldn't call him celebrity. You win your Super Bowl, couple MVPs, you go in a Farrelly Brothers movie, and then you rob people. Okay. You don't marry Taylor Swift.
And you get threatened by Mark Gastineau at card shows.
Yes. Dude. We never even talked about that. I gotta cut this segment off, but that was so
we did.
wild.
Oh no, that was on Pete's show we talked about it. Okay.
Oh, that was so nuts. Pete loves Mark Gastineau, man. Pete would have kissed Mark Gastineau at that if he was Brett Favre. He would have. We're gonna talk to Pete Souza next. We're gonna talk about sports fans and why we are the plight of sports fans, I should say. Why are we are being marginalized? That's coming up next on the Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Unlock a world of convenience with MullyBox, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. Unlock your full potential with Onnit, your go-to for premium supplements, fitness gear, and wellness essentials. Whether you're training hard, recovering faster, or just looking to feel your best, Onnit has the tools you need to perform at your peak. Visit Onnit, that's ONNIT.com, and elevate your mind, body, and spirit today. At Rolls Rolla, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
At Tusain's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
Calling all Marvel fans, get Marvel Unlimited and unlock over 30,000 comics featuring your favorite heroes and iconic stories, all available to read anytime, anywhere. Whether you're into classic tales or the latest adventures, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Head to marvel.com/unlimited today and start your Marvel journey now. At Angel Bliss, we believe every parent's journey is a beautiful adventure. Our mission is to make it joyful and stress-free with thoughtful, safe, and innovative products. Born from a love for family, we promise peace of mind for parents and comfort for babies. From playtime to bedtime, every Angel Bliss product is designed with care, reliability, and a style to nurture the special bond between parent and child. Angel Bliss, creating happy memories, one baby at a time. Visit us at angelbliss.us. Angel Bliss.
My Angel Bliss is here with Pete Souza of the Pete Souza.
Hello.
Pete, how you doing today?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I didn't sleep great last night, and that brings me to our first topic. But I feel great. I watched Super Bowl 20 last night as I was trying to fall asleep. Full, broadcast. Dick Enberg, Merlin Olsen, and I was blown away by how in the game the Patriots were up until the end of the fourth quarter. And not only that, but they were making plays all over the field, like on special teams. And they were, the Cowboys the Bears generated a turnover on the Patriots 3-yard line. And the Patriots defense gets a 3 and out, and keeps the score to 6-3. The biggest play of the game early on, Cam, before they kicked that field goal, the Patriots, to go up 3-0. Stanley Morgan had a touchdown go right off his hands.
Yeah, which really sucks because Stanley Morgan's one of the great underrated players in the history of football, let alone the Patriots. Yeah.
And Don Blackman in coverage drops an interception that he could have taken to the house. It wasn't as bad in that first quarter early on as I think people think it was. And the Patriots could have won that game. I'll tell you that right now. But, man, nothing really went their way.
No. It was a tough year. It was the beginning of a tough year for Boston sports because, it's some good, some bad. So the Patriots get blown out in the Super Bowl after their biggest win ever, beating Miami the week before, which probably superseded their win over Oakland, which was their biggest win ever, probably a few weeks before that. So then the Bruins get knocked out by Montreal for the 5th year in a row. That year in the playoffs, the Celtics win the title with maybe the best team ever. And then the Red Sox completely blow it in the most epic fashion a World Series has ever been blown.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tough year. 86.
What a year, though. And what those uniforms, I don't know how that works out because that the Bears were favored. I don't know how they did the uniforms back then, if they flip a coin, but if you're the Patriots, you want to wear those red unis. Yeah. So they were beautiful. And the Cowboys, and they're white. I don't know. So I don't know how that was determined. Maybe they went back and forth that day, back in the day. I have no idea. But yeah, the Patriots are so good in those unis.
So I hate when teams go in reverse and just be like, oh, let's go back to this because we because maybe it'll sell some more stuff. But I would have no problem with the Patriots going back to that color palette full time.
Oh,
And
Just
have a navy blue alternate that you wear once or twice a year, and do that because the white looks just as good. I mean, it's fantastic. And I don't know what it is.
What about the old Patriot logo?
I mean, yes, I'm in on that 1,000%. That's just a better logo. I actually don't mind the Flying Elvis that much, but that is objectively Pat Patriot's a better logo. And I don't know what it is, but they've started doing the red a couple times a year the past few years. I don't know if it's the Nike jersey or just the HD TV, but it looks even better now. Like it pops even more now. And it's perfect, man. It's America. All right. They switched from red to blue with this revelation that the Patriot, like the actual Patriots in history, their enemies wore red. And so I was like, okay, fair enough. But the red, white, and blue in the old uniforms is still fantastic. It's awesome.
We basically, as Americans, we basically make up half of our history anyways. And so a page out of that notebook is going to get your team to completely switch your uniforms. I never knew that.
Actually, my favorite Patriot uniform is the 90s ones with the one they wore against the Packers in the Super Bowl. With the
they're
love them.
More like soccer uniforms to me. The first
but if I were going to write a book on some Boston sports team that I didn't watch, it would 1,000% be the 85 Patriots. It's actually a fascinating season of how they got there.
Well, and there's an aftermath.
It's almost just as crazy as 01, but 01 they finished the job and they birthed Tom Brady. But 85, like they had just spent the top 3 pick or top 5 pick, wherever it was, on Eason a couple years before, and they really want the Eason thing to work, but he's soft and the fans don't like him, and he gets hurt, and so they go back to Grogan.
Missed 6 games that year.
Yes. Yeah. They go to Grogan, who was kind of like what Brady was at Michigan, like just ready to go.
Yeah.
Guy, and they set him out there in the middle of the season. He hasn't played in almost a whole calendar year, and they're like, okay, Steve, it's your show. Call your own plays. And he goes out there and they go on this great run. They obviously win. They win in Oakland, which no one ever did back then. They win in Miami, which they had never done as a franchise. And they get all the way to the Super Bowl. So many things in there. Karen Varys has a great year because Kenneth Sims is out. Raymond Berry is completely turning around the fortunes of
Hang
the
on.
team.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Grogan started in Miami and Oakland in those playoff wins?
No, they would have been back to Eason by then.
Okay.
Grogan was the one who got him to the playoffs. They were at one point 1-4 or something.
Yeah.
I've got it all in some notes somewhere. But they were really struggling, and they go back to Grogan and completely turns things around.
Eason came out. He threw a couple of. First of all, in the second play of your game, this guy Lynn Dawson, not Len Dawson,
correct,
breaks his leg. It was rough too. It was totally 1985 turf monster. Just ruins your fucking career, which sucks, right? Nobody talks
about. Those were the days, man.
Yeah, it sucks. That shit used to happen all the time in the 80s. And I mean, this guy's just getting carted off, and it's so funny now because it's like, guy getting carted off in the 80s. Let's just say it was a little different. Now it's like, and we'll be right back. And there's teams on their knees, all around the players. In 1985, there's a fucking a cartoon helmet, driving off with the guy. It's like beep beep. It's like, yeah, there you go.
Great,
hope he's alive at the end of the game. Okay, back to the broadcast.
So they had not, by the way, won a playoff game since 1963.
Wow.
Going into that season, Raymond Berry was selling insurance the year before that, and the players hated Ron Meyer so much that they got him forced out. And Rod Rust, who ends up becoming the worst Patriots head coach in history, was brought back because the players loved him too, but they hated Ron Meyer. You know who rushed for 1,000 yards for the Patriots that year?
Craig James.
Craig James, man.
And he fumbled too.
James,
totally.
Yeah. Sean Hanna's last game, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. James fumbled, and it's turnover. Turnovers in big games like that, they're unforgivable. It's such a shame. Walter Payton fumbled on his second carry, and they kind of put him the Bears put him on ice after that. And he never scored a touchdown. It was
which is a big
devastating for him.
Yeah.
I mean, they had every time they got into the red zone, they're featuring the fridge. And it was what an interesting time, interesting game to go back and watch. It was fun. Even though I couldn't.
And good defense for the Patriots too, man.
Yes, great.
Julius Adams, Andre Tippett. Tippett was the defensive player of the year that year, actually. Raymond Claiborne, one of the great underrated cornerbacks of his time. Fred Merriam was on that team still.
Hey, did Irving Fryer not play in the Super Bowl because of his hand? Is that what? No, he did. He returned punts. I saw it last.
Yeah, that sounds right. Boy, this is what we were going to talk about, huh?
Yeah. Well, and then
last
thing, you'd have to write a couple chapters after the season because then there was a big cocaine scandal, right? Didn't like Shaughnessy or somebody write a story about them being on coke? The Patriots football team.
Yeah, I would have to go back and who wrote it.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a real fall. It's like the Patriots are never really back in there again. Miami's still obviously in the mix. The Jets were pretty good back then. But yeah, they started 2-3. I got it here. They started 2-3 with Eason. Grogan comes in. Their next games are against Miami and the Jets. And he saves their season. Then he gets hurt right before the playoffs. So I got to put Eason back in.
Oh, that's what happened.
And Eason gets him there, but that Oakland game, I don't remember who their quarterback was, but he was horrible. Like they turned it over like 5 picks. That sounds right. Was just horrible. I don't know how they beat Miami. Miami made a ton of mistakes.
Podcast about him. Drake, by the way, we got to call Drake out. Drake is so BYU. It was a joke. BYU beat Colorado last week. I was paying attention to this game because I had Colorado over the weekend. So BYU beats Colorado. Colorado hadn't won a conference game. And Drake, and I think he was serious. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe it was tongue-in-cheek. But he doesn't really like to mess with the BYU Cougar fan base because that's a source of money and views for him.
Absolutely.
So he constantly panders to them. So he tweeted, BYU basketball is back, after the win. And I was like, okay, Drake. And it was nice to see people getting his ass in the comments. Like, come on, dude. It's Colorado. They suck. Even BYU fans were starting to turn on him a little bit.
Yeah. He knows how to do it, man.
He does.
He knows how to do it.
He's one of the best.
BYU could be back tonight.
No. Baylor wins. Here's the deal, okay? And I don't know. I don't expect great things from this Baylor team. Hopefully they can surprise us. My theory is they get in as like a 7 or 8 seed.
They're on the 8 line right now. Yeah,
surprise you. Like, let's have some fun. Let's do a Scott Drew. We've never really been in this position since, this is prior to me coming to town. Like when Baylor was like an 8 seed and like, okay, let's shock some people.
They were a 9 my senior year.
Okay. They were 9? What year was
but
that?
they had all, that's 19. They had also made the Sweet 16 2 years before. So,
okay.
So yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're going before that
So I
just happy to be there.
I think Scott is due for you forgot about us, like a nobody believes in us type run.
I hope so because I'm not saying his reputation, I don't want to say is on the line here. It's pretty solid what he's done at Baylor, but there's like a line in the sand here of you've won the national championship. You've got the facilities, you get the best talent. You get just as much talent as anybody in America. Like, we got to start making it past the first weekend here. And I thought that with the team last year. I was like, this would be a big disappointment if they don't get past the first weekend. They didn't get past the first weekend. And this year, the talent coming in, you thought the same thing. But now they're going to be underdogs, which is kind of disappointing. But hey, if you can use that, and there's still plenty of season left, to be honest.
There is plenty. What were we supposed to talk about?
The sports fan, the middle class sports fan who can't get the games anymore.
Wait, what is this? Refresh my memory.
We were talking about it yesterday.
I know.
You were saying hockey is the only one that can still be emblematic of your city, and I think even that's going away, Pete. It's really expensive to get the hockey games. Although I'll tell you what. Before we get too much into that, because I know you got to go in a few minutes, but I will be attending a college basketball game tomorrow night. I will be seeing 2 guys who might be taken in the top 5 of the NBA draft in a college basketball game in a major market tomorrow night for about $12. Rutgers is playing at Northwestern. and I'm gonna walk to the game and
Nice.
see Ace Bailey and the other guy. What's the other kid's name?
I forget. He's got a cool name as well. I can't believe I forget.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go see both of them tomorrow night for a king's ransom, brother. $12. That's the fever they've got going here in Evanston, Illinois.
Well, I mean, look, if you
The next week, to bring it back to our point, I'm gonna go see a midweek game between the Blackhawks and the Edmonton Oilers. The Blackhawks are the worst team in hockey, and it's going to cost me $100+ if I want to not sit in the balcony.
wow, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just for you, right?
Yes.
Will Grace go with you?
She won't go to weeknight games, but she does want to go to hockey games.
Why can't you go to weeknight games?
She gets up at like 5:30. She didn't want to do it.
All right, it sounds like you guys are everything's going great.
It is, man. Yeah, it's going well. She actually just got her placement for next year. I'll have to tell you about it off the air.
Oh, wow.
About it off the air. It's big news. Because there's a day and time that I can break it on here. But yeah, things are going okay.
Nice,
Okay.
dude. Your
It's more
content,
expensive to live here.
but your content is still creme de la creme.
Buzzing.
It really is a joy. One thing I want to talk to you about.
Please,
we can
man.
talk
I
about-
get the time, so
I got to call somebody 11:45. See, all right. Last thing, I think that did you watch the Patriots Chiefs game? I mean the Patriots, the
Bills.
Chiefs and the Bills.
yes.
Were you listening to the call?
Not most of it. No, not after like the first quarter.
Bugging out about the last scenario. A couple of sports media writers who I like a lot. The last play of the game, Tony Romo says that Josh Allen is going to have time to throw. Right? He's going to have time, Jim. And then the ball is snapped. He does not have time. It was like the one time all game Romo got one wrong. They sent a corner blitz. It's like scary as shit, right? Josh Allen's running all over the place. Finally unloads the ball. The dude whose name I forget doesn't catch it. The Bills guy almost had
Dave,
it.
yeah.
But this is where it gets pretty clumsy. Nance goes, there's a flag down. There's a flag down. Okay. So not only does he say there's a flag down, someone in the CBS graphics truck hits the flag icon. So now the flag graphic is up.
Okay, yes, because I saw this. So I was watching it on mute because we had a movie on. So
So
I was like, oh, okay. I guess there was no flag.
yeah. And then
That's a
Nance
big
is like,
mistake.
so everybody's watching waited with bated breath, especially, Bills and Chiefs fans. And then Nance is just like, oh, there's no flag. There is no flag. I'm told there was no flag. And like, that was it. And people are crushing him.
Tough spot.
And you know how this goes. And so do I. Like, that could be one of two things. Like, that could be, and there are a bunch of Chiefs that wear yellow shoes too. No lie. And so either somebody in the booth, probably like a spotter, might be like, "Hey, flag!"
Yeah, or someone's might even be in his ear saying, "Hey, flag."
Hang on. And so, but it was as far as like and these guys kind of suck. Some of these guys, the sports media guys that cover this, but they were really hard on Nance. Like, oh, he just blew it. CBS. It was like I listened to this podcast on the Ringer called The Press Box, and they had CBS disaster. And these guys, Brian Curtis is a really good writer and like keeps it kind of like normal. It was not a disaster at all.
It's a tough spot. It's a tough spot.
It's a tough spot, but that shit happens, man. Like, so
Mike
whatever.
Breen totally blew a Celtics playoff buzzer beater a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He's admitted to it. He's talked about it. Yeah, he totally blew it. He was like, "Oh no, they're waving it off," and like the camera didn't know what was going on. It was bad. But like, he's also Mike Breen. This is also Jim Nance. Like, it happens.
Carl
Okay.
Ravitch did a walk-off. He made
That was incredible. That I'm sorry. That is like an inexcusable one. You can't. It's tough because it's a neutral site to remember who you don't automatically know home team, road team. But that was fucking incredible.
I will tell you, baseball.
I was watching that live like at work. I was supposed to be working, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I looked right away. It's the top of the night. I'm like, he's blowing this. What is happening? I'm like, did I miss a rule in college baseball? He's totally blowing this.
Baseball games are long, dude. That's all I'll say. They're really long.
Anyway, Pete Souza show. He's got to make a call. He loves the 85 Patriots more than he likes the 85 Bears. I totally get that. Get that. He'll help me write the book. He'll help me book some interviews.
I will.
Pete Souza is our lead-in every day, 10 a.m. Central Time. Thanks so much to Pete. The Cam Show rolls on. I got some thoughts on Pete's guy, Jeff Lurie. Let's talk about that next.
Shades is your trusted partner in stage lighting, offering a wide range of high-quality, innovative products since 2015. With designs that cater to all needs, fast delivery, and affordable prices, we provide exceptional customer service to ensure your satisfaction. With warehouses across the globe and sales in over 100 countries, Sheds is quickly becoming one of the most recognized names in the stage lighting industry. Visit shehds.com today to discover top-tier stage lighting solutions and become part of our global network.
Introducing Muc-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels, our rebounders improve accuracy, control, and technique in both sports. Built with premium materials for durability and ease of use, they're ideal for training anywhere, anytime. Whether you're perfecting your soccer game or sharpening your lacrosse skills, Open Goal USA has you covered. Visit OpenGoalUSA.com and elevate your training today.
Chappellex is a full-category shapewear brand dedicated to providing women with exceptional comfort and support. We offer thoughtfully designed solutions that blend style with functionality, empowering women to feel confident and at ease every day. Chappellex is redefining what it means to have a perfect body. Our mission celebrates body positivity, embracing every shape and size, because true beauty lies in authenticity. Visit shapellx.com today and join a movement towards self-love, acceptance, and confidence.
Indulge in Blum's luxurious Lotus flower rolls. The green Lotus roll bursts with a caramel apple flavor, while the blue Lotus roll offers a smooth berry cream sensation. With our Crush for Flavor technology, enjoy an instant burst of natural, intense flavor anytime you desire. Elevate your experience with the finest creations nature has to offer. Explore the full collection at blumleaf.com. That's BLUUMLEAF.com. Blumleaf. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner. At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Running it back here on the Cam Show, final segment of the day. We're live at high noon Eastern time every day on YouTube. I've noticed, by the way, Paramount Plus, it kind of sucks. Like, it's the only app I have on my Fire Stick that sometimes just won't open. Like, you just have to restart the whole thing in order for it to open. But when you get in there, man, those mothers have the best movies, dude. This past weekend, I watched Chinatown, which is one of the 5 or 6 greatest movies ever made. There Will Be Blood, which is in like the top 10 or 15 for sure. I'm currently watching Shutter Island. But what's actually pretty interesting is over the weekend, here's how much Paramount Plus still sucks in a lot of ways. Zach will get a kick out of this. I was like scrolling through, and I almost watched Shutter Island. I was like, I haven't seen that so long. But then There Will Be Blood was a couple spots down. And so I had read the thing. I was about to watch the trailer, and I was like, oh no, you know what? I want to watch There Will Be Blood. So I get to There Will Be Blood. I watch like the first hour and a half of it. I have to go do some work. I come back to it later, and it's not on my recently watched. But Shutter Island is. And I click on Shutter Island thinking maybe this will just take me to where I was in There Will Be Blood. And nope, it took me to the spot I was 82 minutes in, just into Shutter Island. I was like, this app makes no sense. But goddamn, they have some good movies. They have some good movies, dude. So Bill Simmons reported that Jeffrey Lurie is very interested in buying the Celtics. And obviously there's all kinds of ties there. And the more I read about Lurie and the more I assess kind of what the situation needs to be for the Celtics, the more I am very in on this. Very in on this. Now, the obvious elephant in the room is I've been very critical of FSG in the past for, owning more than one team. And I think that it's not in the best interest of any of those teams because they all kind of get watered down. And this, in turn, would be the second team owned by Jeffrey Lurie, as far as I know. And, with FSG, it's the Red Sox, it's Liverpool, 2 of my favorite teams. Liverpool is still going through a great stretch, but then it's also the Penguins and the PGA Tour and Fenway Roush Racing and like all this stuff. They got their hands in so much crap that, yeah, it is frustrating when you're just a Liverpool fan or you're just a Penguins fan or just a Red Sox fan. And so I imagine that would be frustrating if you're just an Eagles fan or eventually over time just a Celtics fan. But let's not make any mistake about the kind of owner that Lurie is, because this is exactly the kind of owner that you want. Ask Eagles fans, man. So what's funny, what I didn't know until yesterday after we talked with Pete about it, that Lurie almost bought the Patriots in 94 when Kraft bought him. Or 93. And he had to stop the bidding at $150 million. The people in his family who actually had the money, the family-owned business, said, no, you're not going past 150. And I think Kraft bought him for 163, 173. And obviously has been pretty successful ever since. So it kind of is a consolation prize. A couple months later, he's like, okay, I'll buy the Eagles instead. I'll just go ahead and buy the Eagles. And they have been a pretty damn successful franchise since then. They're obviously not the Patriots, but I haven't seen many bad Eagles teams in my lifetime. And this is now the 4th Super Bowl that they've made in the last 21 years here. And they've been more or less in the mix for all that time. They had some downs and, Kevin Cobb a little bit, but they've been a good, solid team for all that we want to talk about with the consistency of the Steelers for the last 25 years. It's been the same way with the Eagles. I mean, really, they've lost conference championship games at home, just like the Steelers have. They go to the Super Bowl every once in a while. They've won one. Hopefully they win a second one here. But you couple that success of putting the right guys in place for so long and the very obvious New England ties, going to school here, being a fan of all the teams here, being from here. He has raved about it in the past. Even as an owner of a Philly sports team, he's been like, oh no, I used to fall asleep to the Red Sox games on the radio. I was at Foxborough Stadium. We were fans from the beginning of the AFL days. The dude is a fan. He is a Boston guy. And so the more I see it, the more I'm like, this is the best of all the worlds in terms of what you're looking for an ownership group with the Celtics. Because for the last 20 years, the Celtics have been a phenomenal franchise. And there have been some lean years in there at the beginning, and then obviously a rebuild after the big three. But they've had continuity. They've had good people in place. They've been very patient with them. They've not been afraid to spend money to make the team better. And they've never had a losing mentality unless it was going to be very beneficial for them. And they even tanked correctly. They really only bottomed out for 1 year in that whole time. And they made very shrewd moves to make sure that they could bounce back fairly quickly. And they always had like a good intermediate term goals in mind for the Celtics. And by that, I mean, they wanted to tank for a year or two. They don't want to do this Brooklyn Nets thing and tank for 5 years and just keep tanking until maybe you finally get it right. And so that's something that's so admirable about the Celtics. They have had good ownership for so long. You don't appreciate it until you have bad ownership. And so what did we want coming into this search? What were we saying on this show in June after the Celtics won the title? I was saying you want a guy who cares about not just the franchise, but the city and what it means and the mystique of it. You want someone who cares about that, therefore cares about winning, and is going to invest the money. Those three things of Orient are. Like really, those three things. You care about the logo and the city, you care about winning, and you're willing to spend money to do that. Jeffrey Lurie checks all three of those boxes to the point where he went to another sports-crazed city, in some ways a rival city. I don't think there's a lot of love lost between Boston and Philadelphia. And he understood it right away. He understood what the Eagles meant to that city and has never backed off it. And he's willing to spend money. By the way, there's no owner in football the last decade that has spent more money. Not the cap, but spent more money than Jeff Lurie. Like, this guy is willing to invest to win. And that is what he's done with this Eagles team, which, again, you might laugh at it, but he said they were the gold standard. They're probably the silver standard. Like, outside of the Chiefs, they have been the other organization that has been in the mix every year for the past 8 years. They've made 3 Super Bowls in that time. So they're right there as well. And they haven't bottomed out the way San Francisco did this year. They haven't had any of that. So I am all in on Jeffrey Lurie buying the Celtics. Like, that to me is so much more appealing than Fenway Sports Group, and maybe even more so than Jeff Bezos and whomever else really has been thrown into this mix. So Jeff Lurie, you want to buy my team? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. We are live on YouTube, high noon Eastern time every weekday, and then wherever you get your podcasts. For Pete Souza, for Zach Burke, for keeping us on the air, I'm Cam Stewart. We'll see you tomorrow on The Cam Show.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Tusains, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.